Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Sakurasou no Pet na Kanojo. It is episode 6 and you all know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, what a nice episode, right? I mean, in the end, it was kind of the culmination of last episode. You could say it was like a mini story arc, because last episode we had the moving in of Ayoma and taking over of the Mashiro duty, and it already started that she seemed to do too much. That I reflected about that in my commentary, if you've seen it last time, that I said, I think she will break down. I think it is too much what she is doing. And in the end, that is what happened this time. They showed us once or twice that she was stumbling, that she was coughing, as example, losing her grip on stuff, and so on and so forth. So, kind of losing body control. And in the end, what happened here, what we have seen is more neither what your body does when you overextend, you overwork, you burn out in the end, and you yourself consciousness not react to it. So there are signs that stuff like that is happening, and I think in many cases we realize it and we are pushing ourselves too much. In many ways, I mean I know stuff like that as example from my mother, and I think like most mothers in the world are like that they do sometimes too much because they want to do everything for the family. But here we have it in an extreme version due to her background. So once the body realizes, hey, the driver in the driver's seat of this body, the consciousness is not reacting to what I say, to hey, you're not well, and it's doing too much, then the body just does what it has to do. It shuts down by itself. It just says, okay, you don't want to do it, I do it, good night. So you either fall unconscious or you get, as we have here, a fever or stuff like that, which makes you really unable to act anymore. Your body forces you to react. Sure, there are even worse options. Thank God those didn't happen. But they reflected a bit on how it happened, why it happened, that she acts like that. So especially Mikata was like that. He was talking to Kanda, and I like that little talk. In general, I like this this duo of them. Mikata is in many ways an elder in this house, I think. A little bit. He's a little bit older. He has more experience in some regards, and especially different experiences. And he's a bit like, I wouldn't say big brother, but he's the only other. That's not true. I just wanted to say the only other male, but there's Akasaku, but the only other male we see, right? So those two boys talking and having different opinions is a nice thing to see. And he kind of, after it happened, shone the light on it, that he said, or Kanda said she's like fighting against something, and they said it is against her parents, it is more neither against the world, and it makes sense. So she was having her own dream, wanting to become a voice actress, where this episode is a severe step back, but I think in general it might be helpful. But she had to do everything alone, so she learned the hard way, you can only trust in yourself. I mean, if your parents do not support you, that's a harsh thing to have, right? You need to earn your own money, you need to do your own clothes, it's only you, there's no one else doing this stuff for you. And that became like a dogma for her, like I can only do it myself, I cannot rely on others. It's a bit a problem of trust, right? And I think that's why what happened here is good, even in the long run, although it may be a problem for her career right now. In the long run, it is a good thing because you need to trust others. It's important. You cannot go through life alone, or you will not really have a life. That's the thing. You will live, but seriously, without others? Nah, I doubt that. So, she broke down. That's the one big thing, and hopefully learns something from it. The Sakurasou learned from it to step up maybe a bit sooner in general when someone does something like that. And they shifted the work between themselves a bit more now. So someone is cooking for her, Sheena was looking out for her, Kanda was caring for her as well and takes over Mashiro duties again. I guess they will like do together, right? A bit here, a bit there. And all this stuff. However, the nicest thing about it from the whole Sakurasou viewpoint was when they ran over the teacher, because they chose to help Ayoma in her quest to go there to this hearing, although she really shouldn't. So Sheena really begged and pleaded for her because she understands her in a very specific way when it comes to that. And it made such an impression that everyone agreed. So there they worked together, and I really liked that. I would have liked if Akasaku would have made something as well, like, I don't know, hack the phone of the teacher or stuff like that to keep her distracted or anything like that, so that it would have been really everyone in the Sakurasou, but it was close to it. So we have a teamwork effect, and that is something I like as a group of friends, I would say. So that's one big thing, the Ayoma storyline here in this episode. Another one that was showed a little bit is the fact that Mikata is moving away. So he's not going to the university there. He will leave to another city, to Osaka, where there's good food as far as I know. And hasn't told Misaki yet. But Misaki said something along the lines, "It's our last summer together." So either she knows, or she wants to move away somewhere else as well. And wouldn't it be a surprise if they both move to Osaka? Just saying, right? That's one thing. However, she once again opened up towards Kanda, pleading to help, because she really wants to be together with Mikata. That's the thing, man, those two. I mean, I see his points. You know, the being close to geniuses tears you apart, right? We talked about that. But then she really wants to be with him. She really likes him. So I feel bad for her there. I don't know. I mean, just go for it, right? Either it works or it doesn't. So what? And then we have the third one, and that's the major storyline, Shiina, right? So okay, the Kanda sent his game design in, but that was more like a small one, right? It was funny, entertaining with the cat, but not so important. However, Shiina, and in my opinion, in this episode, Shiina opened up drastically. I mean, for me, that's a major change in her behavior in this episode. So she tried to do something herself, the washing, right? She realized that Ayoma broke down, and it is at least partially Sheena's fault, although fault would be a bit too much, you know. But she sees that it happened because Ayoma tried, additional to the stuff she always does, to help her out as well. So she feels responsible, and that is a major thing, because it's empathy. It is empathy. She feels bad for someone else. That is major important for every human being, right? You need that. That's one thing. She that's the start, and then she does stuff actively. She stands up for her. She stands up and say, we should let her go. She bows to the others, asking them to let her go or even to help. She moves with her and waits for her. She calls a taxi over here, right? That is so much of a development in one episode. And I was like, whoa, okay, there's a lot happening. Really a lot happening. And I like it. It might be a bit too fast for some, but I really like it because it makes sense. You know, they go on it on the emotional side. She sees Ayoma as a friend, pretty clear now, especially in the end of the episode. You can hear that by Call Me Mashiru, call me by my first name, as she did with Kanda. So we have this 3 friends now, which are in this picture. And I really do like that. It's an important thing, and it is the day where her manga has come out. And she does not care about that in this moment. She cares about how is Ayoma. And we have to see that this manga and drawing one and everything is the major important thing for her all the time. Up to this episode. And it changes towards a human being. That's more important than my work right now. For me, for Sheena. So, major. Really. It's a major change and I like it. I like it a lot and I look forward to where this is going for, right? Where this is heading to. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. What else to say? I look forward to the next episode, where everything is back to normal. More neither. And to see how Sheena is developing further, where we are heading for, right? Oh, and we will not talk about the talking pet in the talking cushion pet, whatever, in the bed of Ayoma and what she said with him and to him, right? We all heard it. That's it from me this time. Until the next time, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.